abusuafo ni di no go kwan so ye mo kwaba eba eye BELLTV GH so ye papa honorable Okudzeto ablakwa ababonte de sebi ababetudwa efa di MPP enioma chese omo aye pa chese Okudzeto ablakwa honorable eche ne nsemu ayade a wobowura mu ewo eye Cantoment a chese state capture koso papa utum hu say the MPP led by ex-president Kwakutv chese utie honorable nsemu de tudwa chese nkofue ache chese Ghana ejapade a eguho no ma cheni na first atonton ebi e de amomo ho as low as 160,000 Ghana cedis abusia honorable akasa honorable de nsemi de abetuja me person kasa bana pese ekone kotie Luther the MPP led by ex-president Kwakutv echese anene nkofo omo aje in the past 8 years na sebi na se wadunche bia ya cha ya adwen ha BELLTV GH so ye be stress ena de kan wani twa channel so ni de kwan se be subscribe like no abo asma for pence ni bi ati no anya bi ati yenko tie nsem a ora team leader Okudzeto ablakwa e de atudwa e fa eye Cantoment a ochira MPP ni na ban chese o ma capture ho yi na atonton bi adufudie de abomo ho ya se wi na se wadunche bia ya cha ya adwen ye da ase
expenditure COVID testing scandal among others. Now we have been joined by the chairman of the committee, the Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, on the work of the committee so far. Thank you very much, Honorable, and welcome to Channel 1 Newsroom.
Hi, good evening, Frema. Thank you for having me, and good evening to all the distinguished viewers of Channel 1 TV.
Very well. So we have covered some of the trips, in your fact-finding. Tell us what the general mode of operation has been so far.
Well, thank you very much. And if you will allow me, I would like to clarify our mission.
Please go
because
on.
I heard you talk about investigations, prosecutions, and all of that. It is important to clarify that ORAL, which stands for Operation Recover All Loot, is a major plank in His Excellency John Dramani Mahamat's anti-corruption drive. Remember that during the 2024 campaign, President Mahama rolled out a raft of anti-corruption measures. We all know that corruption has been on the ascendancy. We have seen state capture at levels that have never been seen in the history of our country. So there was a clarion call across the country that we need to stop the hemorrhage, we need to stop the looting, we need to stop the kakistocracy and kleptocracy that had really engulfed this country, the total wastage and hemorrhage that was going on. So let us situate this in proper context. Our team, the first team that has been set up, and remember it was set up during the transitional period when he was president-elect. So if you look at the statement which the president authorized to put out, our mandate at this point is simply to gather information. That's all we are doing. Okay. We are a receptacle. We are receiving evidence, information, data. And then when we have received that, we want to make sure our report is credible, is thorough. So you see us doing field assessments, carrying out validation to make sure that the reports that have come through, either through our toll-free numbers, through our websites, our email, or people coming to volunteer information, all of those reports, we make sure we verify them, they are well validated, and then it will be put together in a comprehensive, credible, impartial report, which will be presented to His Excellency the President. So this is phase one. What we are doing is just phase one,
right?
Gathering the evidence. So when, for example, I hear the minority today hold a press conference and say that they are asking their members not to respond to our invitation. Nobody is inviting anybody. We have not been inviting people. We are not investigating people. We are not summoning people. We have not hauled anybody to appear before us. We are gathering the evidence for phase one. When we present our report, then ORAL will move into the next gear, which is phase two. And that is where the president will then bring in the Attorney General, institutions like IOCO, OSP, CID, and others, and then the prosecutions, the retrievals, the recoveries, the surcharges, the disallowances. That's where we will move to the next phase. So it is important that we situate oral within the appropriate phases. We are just in phase 1 now, which is just evidence gathering, a receptacle for whistleblowers, members of the general public, within the spirit of Article 41F, which enjoins all of us as citizens that when we see wrongdoing, when we see wastage, we see dissipation of public property, we should report it as good citizens. That is all we are doing within this phase.
Right. But let's stay with phase 1. Are you getting the needed participation from Ghanaians in general, or it's mainly NDC members who are cooperating with you in terms of giving information?
To be very honest with you, the overwhelming endorsement of oral has been extremely impressive and absolutely incredible. We have support from a wide range of Ghanaians across the spectrum. This is not just an NDC or a partisan matter. Look, as Ghanaians, all of us must be concerned that, for example, $58 million, all we see is a pit, the world's most expensive pit. Where did that money go? We have to be concerned. Let's think about what $58 million can do for our country. Look at the public servants who are being chased out of their bungalows, civil servants, public servants. If we don't move in to protect and salvage what is left, I mean, just ask yourself, if the governments that came before us, since the Nkrumah time all the way to Rawlings, President Kufuor, if bungalows were being demolished, civil servants were being sacked, as we have seen now within this state capture period, what will have been left for the Akufo-Addo government? So this is a national campaign. All of us want to see a country that works for everybody. We are all appalled when we see that land in Cantoment, people are buying it for 160,000 cedis, 120,000 cedis, 180,000 cedis. Land that on the market, even if you have $700,000, $1 million, you will struggle to even get audience from a buyer. How is it that political appointees, politically exposed persons, are able to engage in these sweetheart transactions, paid a paltry, and insulted? And it's really just robbery, really robbery. Let's be honest. 160,000 for land in Cantoment. How much is land in North Town? With 160,000, you struggle to find land in North Town. We are talking about prime Accra. So these are the issues. Nobody can deny the fact that over the last 8 years, we have witnessed state capture on a scale that is totally unconscionable, is repugnant, is appalling, and we want it stopped. That is why some of us have even moved a private member's bill in Parliament. And today I took steps to represent that. And in that private member's bill, we are calling the Protection of State Assets Bill. We are saying that we want a law in this country that will stop politicians, politically exposed persons, from acquiring state assets, whether they are lands, whether they are hotels, whether they are river bodies, whether they are forests. Don't forget that we've had a situation in recent times where a public officer dies, and in his will, our forests, our Ramsar sites are in his will, willed to a nephew forever. What is going on?
Well,
that is why we are saying that. That is why we are saying that this is crucial. This is about Ghana. It's not NDC, MPP. It's about the future. Would there be any future left? When we have sold all the lands, where will our public servants be? When we build hospitals, where would the doctors be? Doctors should have bungalows in good proximity to our hospitals, so that when there's an emergency, we are sacking all of them to faraway places. So this is a national
call,
issue, not
right?
partisan.
And
I can confirm to you that many Ghanaians see it as such, and we have received petitions, we've received evidence of looting from civil society organizations, from prominent Ghanaians,
right,
even from MPP members. You'll be surprised.
Interesting.
Leading members of the MPP.
So are you able to share some of these major cases?